What up, cucks? It's your boy, the hater, up in this piece. And I wanted to do a video about one of my favorite topics, the smart neckbeards, the neckbeard demographic, if you will. I primarily am concerned with the role of this group in the total and utter decay of wrestling. Everything else can be put to the side. At the end of the day, the Young Bucks, CM Punk, Cucky Rhodes even, they're just people trying to make a name for themselves and trying to eke out a living pretending to be athletes. So I got nothing against them, really. It's the neckbeard demographic that pisses me the fuck off. And let's get to it without any further ado. The released footage from AEW. The Dave Meltzer neckbeard demographic primarily relies on people like CM Punk. And they are firmly in the CM Punk camp. What this situation taught us is one thing and one thing only. That these people prioritize CM Punk over everything, even critical thinking. Now, for a long time, we didn't have CM Punk. So people like Kenny Omega and Cucky Rhodes were the ones that got the benefit, right? CM Punk is the real and first and true indie darling. When he's not around, other people get a boost, right? But when he's around, he somehow becomes that guy again. And this is obviously very evident with the complete about face that the neckbeard demographic has done on AEW. Now, since literally day one of AEW, the hater has been here to tell you that AEW ain't shit. The hater continues to hold this opinion. However, the way that the discourse is now happening would suggest that AEW was amazing, and then somewhere down the line, Tony Khan dropped the ball. This is a bold-faced lie. Along with this bold-faced lie, we have the even worse lie, right? We have clear video footage. Now, before the video footage even was released, the neckbeard demographic made up their mind for the rest of the internet wrestling community, which at this point, whether we like it or not, speaks to the broader quote-unquote wrestling community. This is the primary voice on wrestling. And these people decided that Tony Khan is being petty by showing this video footage. I don't fucking agree. What do you think of them apples? Now, maybe you're thinking, hater, you just want to go against the grain. No, I don't want to go against the grain. But the fact of the matter is that passive-aggressive pussy CM Punk went on that other passive-aggressive guy's podcast, Ariel Helwani, and all they did was basically shit on AEW. That's what CM Punk did, right? Instead of saying it like it is, I fucking milked this company dry. I was a vampire to them. I used them, motherfucks. That's what he should have said. But because CM Punk is, I'm starting to think, he is so unaware of what he actually is, he really believes his own hype. Like, despite getting his ass handed to him by two complete nobodies in the UFC. Oh, Mickey Gall is a legend. Shut up, he's not. But despite the fact that he got beat by two guys who have been to the gym for like 2 years, right? Despite this happening, he still thinks he's a tough guy. Despite the fact that he's boring everyone out of their minds, he still thinks he's entertaining. Now, the fact remains, he went to Ariel Helwani and he basically told a bunch of lies. Let's say it like it is. Anyone that saw the footage and anyone that also heard the podcast knows that what CM Punk said happened is not what happened. This is indisputable. We have video footage, cuckolds. CM Punk said he went to Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry got angry at him and said, do something about it. And CM Punk then, the next sentence out of his hypocrite's mouth is he tells Ariel Helwani, he says, well, Jungle Boy said that to me, and I said, come on, bro, I could kick your ass. That's not what happened. Now, we don't get the audio. Maybe he said that, but it doesn't matter. Then CM Punk's like, then I choked the guy out a little bit. Bullshit. What happened was Jack Perry was just standing there. He was the one standing up for himself. CM Punk approached him all aggressively. You can tell from the body language. And Jack Perry's like, what? Right now, what Jack Perry said is he may have said, what's the matter, bro? Or he may have said, what the fuck do you want? Right? Doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, what CM Punk said, that Jack Perry put his hands on him and CM Punk choked him out, is a bold-faced lie. What actually happened was CM Punk pushed him, And then Samoa Joe and Chris Hero, two fat asses. But by the way, like the narrative around this, it's like CM Punk had backup. It was Samoa Joe and fat ass Chris Hero. A big fucking deal. Oh, they have MMA training. Yeah, so does CM Punk. We saw how well that worked out for him. These guys are not athletic enough to be real fighters. But neither here nor there, right? They are there to diffuse the situation. They're like, calm down, right? CM Punk is doing the typical tough guy, hold me back shit, hold me back. You can tell by the body language. If you've seen this enough times in real life, you can tell. Jungle Boy was also doing the same thing, except Jungle Boy is small, so it's actually believable that he was being held back. He's smaller than CM Punk at least, right? But the idea that somehow Jungle Boy is to blame for this is preposterous, right? And while CM Punk can go on Air Helwani and malign AEW and malign Jungle Boy and even that cuckold Tony Khan, Tony Khan's like, no. This isn't what happened. This is a bold-faced lie. Here's the real footage. Now, the neckbeard demographic, here's the part that was not anticipated. The neckbeard demographic is so far up CM Punk's ass, right? Or they have CM Punk so far up their ass, depending on how you want to structure the metaphor, that it doesn't matter. Facts don't matter to the dumbest amongst us. They've already made up their mind. CM Punk's right. Jungle Boy's bad. By the way, AEW's fallen off. No, AEW is the same garbage it always was. CM Punk is the same cocksucker he's always been. Starting trouble, right? Now, he's lower than ever before because now he's starting trouble with essentially children who are like 115 pounds. If Jungle Boy stepped up to me, I would have more restraint, and I'm not famous. I'd be like, oh, I don't want to just ruin this guy's life by beating the shit out of him because he's like 5'5" and like 110 pounds. But CM Punk, who is fundamentally a bully, right? There are things to like about CM Punk. He's not completely a piece of shit, but he is a bully, and he likes to push people around. The problem is, nowadays, he might get away with it, right? Because he has the status, and he's bigger than everybody, right? But in the past, like, if you try to do this shit to, like, Kevin Nash or something, Kevin Nash would be like, get the fuck out of here before I beat you within an inch of your life, right? Even right now, Kevin Nash in his 60s would do that to CM Punk, easily. But the point is, CM Punk comes out looking like the asshole based on the video footage. But because Tony Khan dared to show the footage, Tony Khan should focus on wrestling. He shouldn't be pursuing this feud. But what about CM Punk? Why doesn't he focus on wrestling? Other than the fact that this guy's injured like 90% of the time, right? He's the one who started this bullshit. So this is a rare moment where Tony Khan and AEW are perfectly justified in doing this. The idea that they're supposed to take the high road, why? Why is it that everyone is supposed to take the fucking high road with CM Punk? CM Punk never takes the high road. All this cocksucker does is take the low road. That's all he does, is he ruins careers, he ruins relationships, he ruins friendships, and now he ruins companies, right? And then he's like, believe what you want. Yeah, I believe what I see. And what I see is exactly the opposite of what CM Punk said. He is a liar and a douchebag. But the neckbeard demographic, to them, he is God, right? Nobody gives a shit that Okada, who up until 2 weeks ago, or I should say, for being honest, up until, last year, Okada was the best wrestler in the world. Now he's in AEW. The neckbeards don't give a shit because their real hero, CM Punk, is back. So it's like, which jobber do I like more? The answer is, I'm going to like CM Punk more because he's the first one. He's the first indie jobber. And this group, the neckbeard demographic, are the ones that have ruined fucking everything, right? In the same Ariel Helwani interview, CM Punk explains that some other jobbers in WWE told him, we are happy you're here to see the fruits of your labor, basically, right? You are responsible for these changes in the locker room. Exactly. CM Punk is responsible for the downfall of everything he touches. This guy is a fucking douchebag. He's a loser. He's not legit. He's not believable. He's not in good shape. He's full of himself for no reason, right? He is the beginning of this little man syndrome, Napoleon complex wrestler, right? You have people like him, and like I've heard for decades now, Austin Aries is a good worker. I don't give a flying fuck. Austin Aries is 5'3", has zero charisma, right? And he thinks he's fucking Hulk Hogan. Like Hulk Hogan said that one time when they asked him about Billy Kidman and that Millionaires Club versus New Blood feud, right? He's like, Hulk Hogan in interview, he's like, people like Billy Kidman want to main event Starrcade. He's like, you couldn't main event a flea market, right? You're not good enough to main event a fucking flea market. And you want to main event Starrcade? How about this instead? You come to the ring, this is me talking now. You come to the ring, big boot, leg drop, complete squash match. That's what Billy Kidman deserves. That's what CM Punk deserves. But the problem is, marks like Triple H, what the fuck happened to Triple H? He used to be this great wrestling character at the height of wrestling, right? And then he comes out now, he's like this old man. By the way, he hasn't aged well at all. It's like, he's like 50, right? He looks like he's 70 all of a sudden. Like he's 50, and if you compare him to Vince McMahon when he was 50 during the Attitude Era, and Vince McMahon was like 56, 57, right? It's night and day. It's night and day. You have Vince McMahon vibrant, right? Youthful, muscular still, healthy, right? And charismatic. And Triple H now comes out and he's like a Vince McMahon ripoff. Literally everything is worse, right? But who do we blame it on? The only wrestler that you can really blame it on is CM Punk. But the real culprit here is the neckbeard demographic. These people have absolutely zero loyalty. They were the ones who were like, AEW is going to put WWE out of business. And now the only thing that's changed is that the opinions of these people have changed. And as a result, regular wrestling fans, who are mostly sheep, most of the world is sheep. If you want to ask yourself, how did the Holocaust happen? It's because most people are sheep, and they will do what they're told, right? People have believed this bullshit. Oh, the new era is here. AEW is falling off. It's the same fucking shit WWE's been doing the whole time. The only difference is now it's Cody Rhodes who doesn't wrestle on TV. It used to be Roman Reigns who wrestles only on pay-per-views. Now it's Cody Rhodes, right? That's the only thing that's changed. Everything else is constant. Literally everything else is constant. Nothing else has changed at all. Oh, there's new titles. Doesn't matter. It's the same boring shit. And AEW hasn't changed at all either. There used to be a boring jobber show that featured people like Shawn Spears versus Sammy Guevara. Now they are a boring jobber show that feature jobbers like Sean Strickland and Samoa Joe. The fact that this is a main event is just absurd. This wouldn't even be like an NXT opening match, right? Like, they had Sean Strickland at NXT. Samoa Joe was the NXT champion. They didn't even communicate with each other, right? Because Sean Strickland is like the jobber. He's like a cruiserweight champion or whatever. The North American champion or some other bullshit. Samoa Joe is like this, let's be honest, this guy who never made it, right? He's just another Taz. Like, he was big in one company, and then everywhere else he's gone, he's been a flop. The wrestling neckbeard demographic is ruining it for all of us. And this time, unlike other times, there's something we can do. And the thing which we can do is we can resist, right? So next time someone tells you, hey, we're in a new wrestling era, say, shut the fuck up. No, we're not. And then if they say, yeah, we are, Triple H said so, Michael Cole mentioned it, you tell them, you ask them, you say, name 5 things, 5 reasons why we're in a new era. A title change doesn't mean we're in a new era, dumb fucks. This is like when Alberto Del Rio became champion for like a week and a half, and people were like, now the Del Rio era has begun. The only difference is, instead of calling it the Cody Rhodes era, they're calling it the new era, and Triple H and Michael Cole are shoving it down our throats. Vince McMahon, can you imagine how pissed off Vince McMahon is? I really do hope those rumors about him starting a wrestling company are true. That would be fucking great. Maybe he can go back to some Attitude Era shit. You know, he's a billionaire. Just do it for fun. Just do it. Just do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the WWE. You already made your money off of them. You sold them. Your legacy doesn't matter anymore because they took that shit too. And with that being said, Cuts, the neckbeard demographic can suck it for all I care. Bitch.